Welcome to my lesson titled Sine, Cosine, and Tangent Made Easy. In this lesson, my learning objective is to allow the learner to gain some more understanding about the basic trigonometric functions, sine, cosine, and tangent. I remember fellow high school students having particular difficulty with these concepts, and my favorite teacher, Mr. Snyder, gave me a mnemonic device that really helped, so I wanted to pass that on. This lesson is mostly geared towards sophomores and juniors, maybe some freshmen, early trigonometry students, geometry students, and it would also benefit physics students. I chose the self-directed learning scenario because I wanted the student to have the opportunity to see the material as many times as they needed to. I did want some accountability, so I implemented a quiz at the end of each video section, where the student could test whether or not the lesson was effective, whether or not they learned what they needed to learn. If they found that they couldn't answer the questions at the end of the quiz, they could then go back and watch the video again. In my classroom, I'm willing to teach as many times as needed, and I wanted that to carry over into my online teaching. My experience with Udutu has been a good one. I think if I were to change anything about what I did, I would definitely change my assessment. Some of the assessment options felt a little out of my league. But working with triangles and in math, I always tell my students to draw a picture first, and dealing with these picture-based assessment pieces, I think, would have been an interesting choice. The thing I love about this class and the EMDT program in general is that it has exposed me to so many new things, new resources, and new things to put into my tool belt. I love being the go-to guy on my campus when it comes to things like technology. And because of this program, I've become that. Many teachers come to me and ask me about the different tools that I've been using in my class, whether it be video editing or creating effective PowerPoints and creating media assets for the classroom. And then I see these teachers take the stuff that I talk about, the things that I use in my class, and they take those back into their own classrooms. And it makes me feel vindicated. I've started to change how I teach content in my theater arts classroom just because of this class. Next year I will be using Udutu to teach the introductions to all of my lessons, starting with improv next year. I'm going to use Udutu to introduce the vocabulary, the techniques, and a lot of examples. The ease with which you can implement other media formats into Udutu just makes it far and beyond one of the better systems I've ever looked at. People don't seem to know how much cool stuff is out there, and the good bit of it is free, and that makes it easier to use from the bottom up. A teacher can utilize Udutu without having to get buy-in from an entire organization. And I think this kind of technology is another way teachers can take back their classroom while improving achievement.